Hey guys, okay, once again, Airbnb lady coming through with the good questions. So, I don't know about the Hawaiian meditation. There's a lot of different cultures that I've worked with. There's a lot of different people that have a lot of different aspects on end of life. That is a new one for me. What I can say is that I do really, really encourage my families to tell the patient that it is okay to pass. And I have had them tell me, Julie, I can't lie. I cannot tell them I'm okay. I'm not okay. And I tell them, they know you're not okay. Really, honestly, believe it or not, they're more worried about you. They just want to know. They know you're going to be sad, but they need to hear that, and it's good for you too. So I've had people say, it's going to help. And so you might have a spouse, a child, or whoever that has just hung on and hung on and hung on, and once they really are able to tell them, it's okay to go, then they will let go. I do ask them, is there anybody that they have not spoken to that they would like to speak to? A little bit of story time. I had a patient years ago who, years and years and years ago, she was in a facility. She was actively dying. She had been hanging on like 4 respirations a minute. I mean, just dragging the family out for a solid week. And there was probably 30 people that were outside of her door at the facility taking turns going in and out. And I was going to see this lady every day, and we just weren't getting anywhere. Everybody had came that they could possibly think of that she would want to see. And so finally I sat down with the family and I said, guys, is there anybody that you can think of that she has not spoken to, because she's hanging on for something. We've done everything. And one of them spoke up and said, well, we have a loved one, I think it was her grandson, that's in prison, and we do not want her communicating with him. We're not okay with her communicating with him, but she's wanted to communicate with him in the past, and so that is the only person that I can think of that she might be holding on for. Ethical or not, what I said to them is I said, okay, if you don't feel comfortable allowing her to call this person, hear them on the phone, is there anybody that can pretend to be him? And they thought for a minute, and they thought, well, we didn't think about that. And I said, if there's someone you can't get a hold of, if there's a reason why, maybe there is somebody that can, call and pretend to be him and let her, at least hear her piece or something. I'm not sure whether really they did that or not, but I know it wasn't long before she passed. So yes, there are people that they want to see. Sometimes we call it the California daughter. It's a sibling that's not been involved the entire time at all. And then the very last few days of this patient's life, they are trying to get there. They're flying in from somewhere or whatever, and everybody else is there waiting. And then as soon as that person gets there, I shit you not, within a few hours, this patient goes. So it is true. They do have more. I do have some more stories later, but they do have a lot more control over it than what you think they do. Some of them will start telling you that they're going to die, and if they tell you that they're going to die, they're going to. I've had them say, I'm going to pass in April. I'm not going to live past April, and it's January. And sure enough, they don't live past April. So, these things can't be explained. It is what it is, but yes, it is very important to tell them goodbye. Sit with them, hold their hand, lay in the bed with them, whatever makes you feel comfortable. But yes, you have got to tell them it is okay for you to pass on. I am going to be okay. I don't want you to suffer anymore. I do believe that God kind of wears the family out sometimes. That is why it's the only thing I can come up with in my years as to why it takes so long. Because by the time the patient passes, they don't want them to go, but they're acceptant. They don't want to see them suffer anymore. So by that time, they're ready. And, so I hope that answers your question. I'm going to address the other one in the next video. So everyone have a great day. Please continue with your questions. It helps me to understand and give information content that is needed. And so everybody like and share if you like my content and you want to continue to see it. Thank you, and everyone have a blessed day.